It's math time with Mr. Mock. It's math time with Mr. Mock. It's math time.
Me, Mr. Mock, and our lesson for Monday is on coordinate moves. And I'm breaking this into two videos. You'll have one today and then one tomorrow. So the first thing I'd like you to do, because hopefully you're at this screen watching the video, we're going to scroll down and you're going to look at 5.1, translating coordinates, all right? And I want you to just kind of take a look. What we're doing is we're selecting from the four options down here, which ones show a translation that takes you triangle 2 or triangle T to triangle U. There's more than one correct answer. So you're looking at, you're going to read these, translate -3, 0 to 1, 2. You're taking triangle, the blue triangle T, to triangle green U. And I want you to go ahead and pause, and I want you to select which of those four options, and there's more than one correct answer, which of those four options is the correct, how many of those four, which of those four are the correct ones. Go ahead and pause and then come back and we'll talk through it. Cool. Hello, everybody. So hopefully you've paused, you took a look, and you picked your options here. So let's look at them together, okay? So when I'm thinking about a problem like this one, where it's telling me there's four of these are telling me the correct path to go from the blue triangle to the green triangle, all right? And that's key. We're going from blue to green. So we look at the first one, translate -3, 0, -3, 0 to 1, 2. All right. So now what I'm doing is I'm in my head, I'm thinking, okay, that's going to go, I'm going up 2, over to the right 4. Is that going to be the same point? Are those corresponding points? Are those the exact same part of the triangle? And in this case, yes, right? If I were to take that blue triangle and move it directly to that green one, going up 2 over 4, then that point would be the same. So translate -3, 0 to 1, 2, correct. Translate 2, 1. Oh, wait. Translate 2, 1 to -2, -1. That means I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left and 2 down. Now, those are corresponding points. However, that's taking triangle U to triangle T. And that's not what we want to do. So that one actually doesn't work. Are they corresponding? Definitely. But it's going in the wrong direction, right? We're going T to U. So next one, I'm going to -4, 3, translate -4, 3 to 0, -1. All right. So that means I'm going up 1, 2, 2 units up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right. And if I were to make that move, that would actually put -4, -3 right on top of 0, -1, and bingo, that is a correct point as well. Last one, we're translating 1, 2. Oh, here's 1, 2 to 2, 1. That's on the same triangle. That doesn't even make sense. That didn't even do what we asked it to do. So no, that wouldn't work. No bueno. So in this case, it's going to be just 1 and 3. We're working. I hope that those are the 2 points that you, or the 2 that you selected as well. So now the key here, when we're looking at translations and we're looking at points, right? You're looking at how is it translating up and over, all right? How many up, how many over? And basically, if you think about it, you're going up, over, and if we're doing this distance, we're almost making a triangle. Do you see that here? If I go here, here to here, it's like a right triangle. Anyway, we'll get more to that later. So now we're going to scroll down for a second, and we're going to go to reflecting points on the coordinate plane. So in this case, there's 5 points here, A, B, C, D, and E. And we're going to be reflecting those, all right, on a coordinate plane. And we're going to use, it says to use the pen tool to label the coordinates. Let's just go, here's the pen tool. And let's just label B first. Let's just start with B, all right? So we have to count on the x-axis, -1, -2, -3, -4, and then up 5. So that's going to be -4. Ooh, pen tool. -4, 5. Down, round, 5. Ooh, -4, 5. Okay. And then it wants us using the x-axis. Now, the x-axis is this one right here. This is the x-axis. Okay. And you want to reflect this point B over the x-axis. So how you do that is you're going to count. All right, how many up is it? It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to reflect it over this axis. So it's 5 away from the x-axis, which means I have to bring it down 5. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that's going to be a point. And I think I can take this point selector, or line. Okay, I want this one. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think, look at that, I could put a point right there. And this would be B prime then. And then I can use, oh, can I just text? Oh, B prime. Oops. How cool is that? Done. Bingo. That's B prime. That's the reflection. What I'd like you to do then, right now, is I want you to hit pause, and I want you to think about what is E reflected and what is C reflected. What is that going to look like? Okay, and I want you to do those real quick using the same method I did. Reflect those over the x-axis. Okay, and pause and do that. Cool, you're back. All right, so when you did that, you should have gotten E prime, oops, cancel. Let's go here, I want this point. E prime would be over the x-axis, it went down -3, would be right here. And then C prime over the x-axis would be over here. Now, what about D? If I was to reflect D on the x-axis, if in your mind you're like, well, you can't do that because it's on the x-axis, you're correct. You can't reflect it. Not possible. But what if we reflected it over the y-axis? So here's D. What would happen if I reflected it over the y-axis? Well, it's 6 away from the origin. I'd have to go 6 to the other side, which would put it at -6. So D reflected would be over here, over the y-axis. Okay? So if you want, I want you to kind of, think about all that. We talked about translating, moving up and over, maybe down and to the left, or up to the right, or up to the left. How are we translating? How are we moving the points? But then also the reflecting over the y-axis, reflecting over the x-axis. Okay. So what I want you to do is to take that learning, take a moment, pause, and maybe write down some notes in your notebook. Okay. And after you've done that, you're going to go to practice problem 1, and you're going to do number 1. Here are some points. What are the coordinates if we translate them? Right 4 units and up 1. So what's that going to look like if I take this point and translate it 4 units right, 1 up? What are the coordinates going to be? And then I want you to think about these reflections. So number 2, right? Coordinates D, E, and F reflect over the y-axis, and then label them. Okay, so you're going to do those 2 problems. I just want you to write those down in a notebook and share those with me on Google Classroom. All right, so go ahead and stop. Video's done, and do these 2 problems. Take down some notes. Share those with me on Classroom, and you're done for the day. All right, everybody.
Yay, we did it!